Test. Test 1, 2, 3. Holy crap. Test 1, 2, 3. Holy crap. Test 1, 2, 3. How's that? Hold on, sorry. I'm using a different program, so I'm trying to get. Is that okay? Test. Yes, it's live. Alright. Let me know in chat if the audio gets like drowned out by the game or something like that. I'm not sure if it will, so just let me know. How do I know who you are? It's the tag that you have on here. Batman. By the way, there are a couple custom emotes, but we'll add more soon, probably. Okay, let's see here. Alright. I am pretty far along in the game, but I'm gonna start at I'll go back to the beginning just to show the first 5 or 6 levels.
Take a moment, relax, and remember, with Radio Nostalgia from
Yeah, it's an interesting game. You're playing in a dystopian future where humans have moved to Mars and Earth is uninhabited. And the story says that rich people pay big money to go to back to Earth to play golf on the barren wasteland. It's not as barren as you think it would be. But there you go. Yeah, I messed up with this one. So that's kind of the basic of the game. There's a lot of references to sci-fi stuff and other things. Oh, God. I will miss a lot, so just be prepared. Ah. So close. Yeah, so basically in the game, like, depending on what level you're on, there's like a radio. You'll kind of hear it talk here in a minute, probably. Ahead. This level's fun. Do you recognize the face? Ah, crap.
Muzika iz starih dobrih dana. Radio nostalgia za Mars.
Yeah, here comes the...
Neoclassical to electronica, we really do have it all here on Radio Nostalgia from Mars. First we heard an original vinyl,
Damn.
music from an unknown composer, lost to time, I'm afraid. All I can say is it's a white label test pressing found in a recycling bin with just the word Aftermath written across the label. After that we got the blood pumping with an upbeat tune from Polytet AD and their classic tune, Do You Love Me? Want to keep that blood pumping? Remember, exercise is mandatory. No groans, no bones. And mental exercise is just as important, so get on down to your local rec center for a dose of mentally stimulating team activities and some delicious OMAS. Okay, on to our next caller for the show. Manu reminds us that one person's pleasure is another person's pain, and that we might not all relax in the same way to the same things.
The game's, it's kind of precision-based golf, and it is quite hard to get used to the control,
Go back in a heartbeat.
like how tight
Is
you have to be with how you hit the
As far
ball.
as I'm concerned,
But it is
this
pretty
promised
fun, I
land
think.
is anything but. A
It's not
dictatorship
super easy.
without oxygen.
Takes a lot of trial and
All
error.
these daily routines and protocols about everything we
Oh.
took for granted on Earth are so exhausting. Is it safe to take off your hazmat to breathe? Is the water distilled from all our urine really safe? And exactly what behavior will trigger a social credit demotion? Not to mention, every sneeze is suspect. The whole dome has to be sanitized if someone even sniffles. You'd think we figured it out during the pandemics. I know social distancing up here is impossible, but how freaking difficult is it to keep your hands clean and just not sneeze on stuff? Anyway, maybe that's humanity in a nutshell. After all, we walked on the moon before really learning to walk on Earth. I digress. I just want to say that the effort put into maintaining basic life functions in this state-of-the-art society outweighs the benefit of being alive. Use your head, can't you? Use your head. You're on Earth, there's no cure for that. Sam Beckett wrote that in Endgame. We're not cured, regardless of what our de facto overlords claim. It's ironic that the only thing we managed to export culturally onto another planet is a Silicon Valley brand of Protestantism. Sorry for rambling. Anyway, I called into the program to share some Earth sounds I captured. I'm sure listeners of RNFM who suffer from nostalgia like me will appreciate them. In the meditation dome, we can listen to the light sounds of the Tuscan country, the olive grove shores of Kefalonia, the blue Danube below the Schwarzwald. I went to the meditation dome a few times, but just like yoga, I can't stand it. Simply, I don't miss nature at all. I was never a nature person, never really liked hiking or camping. I miss the city. This whole predicament started because we mixed with wilderness in the first place.
How do I go across this level? It's not gonna work. Levels get really complex. Some of them are really hard, some of them are pretty easy. This level is actually pretty hard. I've been trying it for a while, but I'm not very good at it. that worked really well. That didn't. I don't know if I can make that. Probably not. That's good. What do you guys watch and think of the gameplay so far? Oh, fuck. There we go. Unlock.
Mother Nature sugarcoated the fact that maybe we were supposed to keep a sharp boundary between ourselves and the wild.
Yep.
And now we're demoted from Earthling to miserable Martian status. So at the end of every day, or I mean soul, I escape into texts I brought along. I drink that horrid canteen coffee and listen to urban sounds I recorded 15 years ago, mostly in New York and London. Here are some of my favorite sounds. Here's the sound of my bicycle rolling down the street. And the sound of the bustling city in the morning, a call and response of cars and birds. And the giggling of my kids in Washington Square as a group of street performers play the boombox and do tricks. A kettle going off and the smell of Turkish coffee.
Yeah, I like it. I think it's pretty fun. I like the story too. If you're listening to what the radio talks about, it's pretty funny.
For some reason, I'm obsessed with the sound of the New York MTA.
It right there. Yes, that's what I want. Oh, I need to not do that. I need to go like right here. Hey, look, a Bitcoin. Oh gosh.
Nehmen Sie sich einen Moment Zeit.
What?
Entspannen Sie sich und erinnern Sie sich, wie Radionostalgie vom Mars.
I think this is how I want you to do it. Ah, too high. I think it's an interesting game. The story is interesting. Hey, look, all the bitcoins. It's kind of got graphic novel almost aspect. Oh. See what that does. Oh, that's not good. See what the other one does. Does take a lot of kind of trial and error to like figure out each level, and some levels take more than others. Alright, so there's the thing. I mean, this actually probably works better, to be honest. Oh, maybe not. Hey, hello. Hello, Corey Lyle. For joining our member thing. If you are in Discord, I'll get you a link for that real quick, and then you can get in our member channel. Thanks for joining. Let's see if I can get it. Oh, dang, I keep hitting in the wrong. Boom. Sorry to get it in the other one. That works. Oh, no it doesn't. Wow. There we go. So I have to get it over these grates. One second, I'm gonna add. I need to welcome Roger. Alright, here we go. That was an interesting level. There's a turtle. Well, that worked out. But did not. Yeah, did that. Go down. Nice. I actually want to play that again. See what happens when the person eats you. I figured that might be an achievement. I'll show you some of the achievements as well. So there's achievements for, in a lot of levels, there's achievements for doing certain, like hitting certain things. So I don't exactly know what a lot of these require, but. This looks like you have to go back here, so let's see if we do. Interesting. That definitely makes this level a little bit easier, but I have to use a strip to do it, obviously. Uh-oh, that's tough. That worked. Need a what? Oh yeah, I gave you moderator. Oh look, it's fire. Hi, fire. See if we can don't see the hole anyway. Oh, there it is. How do I get there? Oh, look. There's a sneaky hole. It's really weird because on this, when there's glass on the ground, sometimes it goes far and sometimes it doesn't, so it's like weird.
It's an illusion. We're still moving.
That's get up there. Oh wow, that was actually really good. There are some things that do no, because you're actually playing on Earth, so that's just gravity. There isn't gravity effects, but there's effects with like you'll see wind that'll affect it, stuff like that. Yeah, you're actually a super rich person paying to play golf on Barren Wasteland. I'm gonna try to hit that right on that particular thing right there. That would actually be okay if it stays right there. Don't go too far. Oh look, that worked really well. Hello. Let's see. I want to get down there, so I'm just gonna hit pretty hard here. Nope, that's not what I wanted. This work. There we go. Nothing like bringing up a bunch of waste. Oh, that's actually really good.
あなたの第二の故郷ラジオノスタルジア from Mars.
Thank you, Manya, for sharing both your thoughts and your favorite sounds with us. That MTA recording actually got me digging into my proverbial record crate because it reminded me of this old track from my DJing days back on Earth called Tokyo 320, a minimal tech house homage to life in
Well, that's not good.
and traveling while standing
No.
still. Wonderful stuff. Not so wonderful, though, is a spate of ecoplastic stockpiling occurring in sectors 7 through 12 after rumors of a pending shortage. Guys, ecoplastic items are freely dispensed at conveniently located kiosks around Tesla City, so there's simply no need to hoard any ecoplastic items. In fact, hoarding them deprives the 3D printers of the recyclable material they need to make them freely available. So your stockpiling is kind of defeating the point of renewable resources. There's a 14 sol grace period to return all parts not in use. No questions asked.
Oh,
The Besides, however much you hold on, there's just one thing you can't stockpile.
That's actually what I wanted to do the first time.
Twój dom daleko od domu. Radio Nostalgia z Marsa.
Stockpiled on water, stockpiled on soap, stockpiled on
Whoops.
blankets, stockpiled on coal, stockpiled on rice,
Yeah, you get too stuck close to a wall and that can cause problems.
stockpiled on beige, stockpiled on sardines, stockpiled on wine, stockpiled on rum, but I cannot
Stop right there.
stockpile on love, stockpile on love, stockpile on love,
Well, that's just dumb.
stockpile on love, stockpiled on books, stockpiled on gas, stockpiled on toilet paper, stockpiled on maids, stockpiled on butter, stockpiled on toast, stockpiled on silver, stockpiled on gold, stockpiled on bourbon, stockpiled on scotch, but I cannot.
Yeah, it seems pretty good. I like the gameplay. It does take some getting used to, and it's a little... Oh, wow, that was actually a really good shot right there. And it's... The controls are... They're not finicky, they just... You just have to be kind of aware of what kind of item you're sitting on with your golf ball. Oh, that was dumb. And you can just do dumb shit like that, which makes it...
Payak there,
funny.
reminding us that all the good things in the world are no substitute for love. So, if you've recently matched with someone via our repopulation program and you've received a date for your first meetup, don't forget to add it to your mandatory diary. There does seem to be some confusion about scheduling based on the new double month standard, but it's really quite simple, guys. There are now 24 months in our year, and there are 2 of each month, January 1 and January 2, February 1 and February 2, and so on. Each month is now 28 sols long, except for every 6 months,
That actually worked.
which is 27 sols long. I hope that clears up the situation. Any further queries, in writing please, can be submitted directly to the Mars Coalition for the simplification of the Martian calendar.
Radio Nostalgia from Mars.
So, from trains and city soundscapes to rhythms born out of hands and feet, water and drums, we continue our journey into the past, into our collective memories of Earth, a celebration of sound as music, music as sound, and voices that carry us into the stars. In that vein, a friendly reminder that silence is deadly. If you hear nothing, please report it. General machine noise means we are being kept alive. Speaking of keeping us alive, 2 equals 1. Duplicates are not spares, people. Everything on Mars is duplicated for security, so please do not cannibalize existing tech. If something breaks, head directly to the spares and parts department in Sector 5 to submit your report and apply for official replacements.
The commentary was quite funny. Dystopian, but fun. Guess I should look to see if I should get this one done. Teddy bears. See how these grates, they like slow it down hardcore. It's crazy. Wow, look, there's a rat. Use that box to my advantage. Oops. Let's lock this box. That's not what I want to do. That's better. There we go. Let's do it like that. It was actually hard because of the ground being a little wonky. Oh, there we go. Perfect. Pine green grass. Yeah, it's a mixture of all sorts of different types of stuff. Well, it's a golf game, so I don't know if you're gonna get many explosions here. Well, that was lucky. Oops. Drops. Well, that's close. Thought it was gonna hit down, so I did that, and it turned out I was right. That was a good little level. I definitely got some luck on those shots, that's for sure. Oh, this one looks hard. Because the green or the purple goo is gonna stop you, I think. Like you're gonna fail if you or you're gonna it'll eat your ball or something.
ihr Zuhause in der Ferne. Radio Nostalgie.
It's time for our last caller. A senior geologist at Tesla University
Maybe not.
gives us a slightly different perspective on ecology from his research lab at the South Pole.
思い出エピソード あの頃の記憶、古き良き時代の話、希望、ひらめき、出来事。ラジオノスタルジア from Mars.
As a geologist, it always annoyed me that the color of Earth conservation was green. Seen from space, the majority of the Earth's surface is blue, with the remaining 29% for land. And of that land, deserts make up 1/3 of the land surface area. Sweeping burns of ochre, rust, and gold. Green. Give me a break. Anyway, as a lifelong acolyte of sun and sand, I'm not up here pining for jungles and wetlands. I yearn for week-long expeditions into the desert, traversing dunes big enough to swallow entire towns in one sideways drift. Oh, to feel that oven-hot wind dry as a bone on my face. There's more dust in my veins than water, I can tell you that much. It astonishes me that people up here are oblivious to the fact that it's our understanding of living in deserts that makes life up here on Mars even possible. The early days of Mars habitation experiments took place in the Gobi Desert and in Hawaii on the side of a barren volcano, not in a protected marshland in the Okavango. You get me? What did the last trees of the Black Forest give us except fuel for our final fires? The desert saved us. Oh, I mean, the irony is not lost on me, but no Sahara, no Amazon, no Gobi, no Mars. Where do you think the Amazon basin was getting all its fertile sand from? Blown over from Africa. That's where. How do we know how to recycle water to near 99% efficiency? The Gobi Desert. There was always so much focus on saving the planet, saving the whales, saving bees, saving the trees. The deserts, am I right? Make them green. I knew it was over when those idiots deliberately tried to flood parts of the Sahara with one species of tree. I mean, come on. A publicity stunt by a French paper manufacturer with deeper pockets. And no one blinked an eye. It was meant to help, but the Sahara Tree Project literally poured salt into the wound. It started out well enough, but some unknown fungus wiped them all out, but not before they had sucked all the fertile phosphorus out of the sand blowing over the Atlantic, effectively salting the Amazon basin like an Italian grandma
Whoa,
making
Siri,
tomato sauce.
can't just sing.
And then there was no turning back.
Sorry if I butchered your
Deserts
name.
are why we exist at all, you know. Now as much as then, so history repeats itself. To paraphrase geologist William Graylow, the ancestors of modern man did not leave the trees left them. So, are we then the neo-great apes leaving the proverbial trees? The stars, our new savannah? From that perspective, we didn't leave Earth so much as Earth left us. The desert was always one step ahead, and in a way, we started living on Mars before we even left.
Ah yes, not all of us up here pine for the fjords. Put me in the desert camp for sure. That searing blue sky and endless horizon. I'm still not used to how close the horizon here is on Mars, and the strange sky still throws me off when I see it.
This one looks
And
pretty
apparently
simple.
I'm not the only one. The Recreation and Relaxation Department has asked me to remind...
It's not... Oh, what? What? What is this? Oh. Strange level. Oops. Double oops.
because of the panorama.
I
of
think
the
I
day.
understand the pillar
The sky
reference
on
there.
Mars is not blue, but salmon pink. So please bear that in mind when submitting your request to visit the outer domes. And also bear in mind that the waiting list is now double months long, so book early for the experience. You're tight beamed to Radio Nostalgia from Mars. Let's take a trip into the desert.
Challenge complete. It's a golf game after all. Oh, I'm walking. Here comes the platforming, I guess. Figured I'd walk back this way and see if there's anything first. Doesn't look like there is. Before I start walking around. So I basically beat the golf half of the game, or I beat the game and got 470 gamer scores so far. All of a sudden, I like the aesthetic to the game too. Oh look, you're going after that little dude. Maybe that guy is Elon. Look at that. Good idea. That's a cool little game. Oh, there's another section. Let's see. Charlie's Odyssey. Okay. Oh, this is about the, Just give me something to do and stay away from public gatherings and Tesla City domes. On Mars, it delivers stuff from the Citizen Delight Center of Tesla City. Crash. It's like, it's the Elon Musk statue head. That's funny. Last time I heard her voice, Countdown, she was Control Tower. Past to Mars in my head. In my sad, bitter state, I became a walking reminder of the promises, false dreams. Their experiment scarce on oxygen gravity. I was disturbed. I was a disturbance to the fragile world. So I was appointed to the position of instructor. I just couldn't participate in the shame of interplanetary humanity. Tesla City CEO called it. Instead, I drank myself numb with wine made out of awful piss recycled water. So one night, with help from my friend, Pilot Serge, I sneaked into the docking bay of Golf Club Wasteland to this caddy ship. The CEO knew all along. On the last trip, a senior member of the club disappeared. In a way, they used me as bait for whatever dangerous creatures emerged on the post-apocalyptic Earth. The journey was long and difficult. I was determined to unite. The atmosphere was miraculous. 36. Upon landing, I started sobbing. Alpha FOMO. Jetpack in my wobbly hazmat suit. I was a Martian revisiting places I once used to take for granted. Sucks to be that guy. Now, over their dead bodies, the ultra-rich citizens of Mars play golf. Okay, now I'm getting hungry. Teach me how to catch those fish. Mars real estate lessons. That's cool. Let's see here. Score. There's 35 levels. I think I got all these. Let me see if I missed it. Alright, so I missed 1, 2. Go through each level to see which one I'm missing. I'll do the change real quick. Cows not me is I'll look up the, what are you guys talking about? Oh, that's weird. I don't know why it's doing that.
Radio nostalgia from Mars.
Well, that brings us towards the end of this particular show. I hope you've enjoyed our rather geological excursion into the past. From music to stories and memories, Radio Nostalgia from Mars has it all. If you want to be involved with RNFM, have a story to tell, a memory to share, contact us via the usual intranet channels and leave a short message outlining your contribution. A big thank you to our show sponsor, OMAS, the no stress, no fuss drink for the ultra elite. And a big thank you to corporate for allocating us this precious time and their resources on this tight beam to you. I hope you've enjoyed the show. It's been an absolute pleasure to share this time with you. We're playing out now with some uplifting melodic techno to remind us to always look onwards and upwards. We may have traded blue skies for pink, but don't forget, we still live and love under the same sun.
It needs at least 7 minutes. Probably this one. Oh! Yeah, of course that is. So close. Yet so far.
Due to limited bandwidth, this transmission will repeat.
This is a hard level right here.
Due to limited bandwidth, this transmission will repeat in 30 seconds. Due to limited bandwidth, this transmission will repeat in 20 seconds. In 15 seconds. In 10 seconds. In 5 seconds.
Nope.
In 1 second.
Radio nostalgia from Mars.
Hello, all you Martians out there. It's your turn, fixed foot soul, with a bit of that old world flavor. You're tuned to Radio Nostalgia from Mars. Breathe easy, kick back, and reminisce.
Take my hand, explain to me.
Yeah, it's supposed to be sort of relaxing, but also then it's not. It's weird because it's trying to do kind of multiple things.
On this ride, there will be no surprise. All I know is that we shouldn't be sad when we think of the road ahead. Take my hand, don't let go. I know we won't get lost on our way home. Take my hand, don't let go.
It's an interesting game.
Signs are fake and the maps are false.
It's not what I expected it to be, but I definitely like it.
Go
Look how close that is. Definitely different than other things I've played before. Alright, so 3 strokes on the next level.
spur direction
Might be hard.
through our key.
Kafafi idea. That's. I didn't even notice that the first time that it was called Kafafi ideology. Though.
Take your
That's great.
earphones off,
Okay, so there's actually.
and I'll guide you through this cacophony. People talk, but they have nothing.
The level names and like the stuff that you do and like you see in some of them are quite good, well put together.
Take my hand.
So I feel like from a ideology perspective, they're kind of throwing all sorts of different ones in it. Cause like there's one level called it kind of hits to Atlas Shrugged, which is a book by Ayn Rand, and then there's stuff like this. It's a cool game though. It's hard because that thing's at an angle.
They can help us collecting is that we shouldn't be sad when we think of the road ahead.
Not a lot of the angle's really wonky with where you start. There it is. Oh crap. I have to do this one in 3 strokes.
Wow, what a way to start the show. Anna Churchin with Take My Hand, her sublime take on our wonderful project called Humanity. Beautiful. Plenty more to come into Soul Show.
It's not a very fast-paced game, that's for
and
sure.
music to remind ourselves of where we are and how far we've come. Our first caller for the show calls it like it is, and was a hard-hitting look back at the last days on Earth from the perspective of a shrewd businessman and loving father. Stories, memories, the good old days, original sources.
It's hard to get it lined up the way I want it right here.
Radio nostalgia from Mars.
I worked in oil, brokering gasoline to be exact. It's a strange business, probably not like you would actually imagine it to be. My day started something like this. I check Reuters and my sheets. See if there's been a change in the fundamentals. See if the spread's up or down. And then when the clock strikes go, I'm on the phone. I could be calling some commercial shop in Bumble, Kansas, where little old Sue loves to know how my daughter's doing. Or I could be trying to get into the head of a powerful Russian who knows the world wants his phone.
Not every game is high speed, Sponge.
And I go to work. If they pick up the phone, they're mine. That's the game. I started when I was 29, 30. My boss was a coked up, perma-tanned moron who was wasted by lunch. More money than sense. Screaming at waiters because, you don't drink gin out of a glass like that. And Caesar salad is supposed to have 8 pieces. 8 pieces of chicken, you stunted fool. Stunted fool was his favorite insult. It's coming from a guy who was 5'0". That was pretty much my life. 24/7. I traveled a lot, meeting clients all over the world. The Amazon, Gulf, Siberia, Central Asia, the States, Singapore, everywhere. Looking back, I can't claim that I ever would recommend that life, nor can I claim that I was ever really happy doing it. But it was fun. I mean, talk about your share of moments. There was this one girl, some strange mix of Algiers and Paris, with some sprinkle of Havana, a dancer, naturally. So pretty. She'd turn a priest's head or give a nun a... Sometimes I wonder what happened to her. But we all had the same feeling. This can't last. And sure enough, we were right. First, you couldn't drink the water. Then you couldn't eat the crops. And pretty soon, we wouldn't be able to breathe the air. I remember looking at Emmy and wondering what kind of a future would she have. So I decided to do something about it. The Mars project was Plan B for planet Earth, which was most evidently The family and I had already put down roots in Tesla City by the time the great catastrophe really hit.
I think there's only one I don't have.
The corporation knew my contacts in the world of drilling and refining would be useful. So I adapted my skills to something more practical.
What's the half-life of uranium? Okay, so
now
that's
we're
actually a
all that
level
keeps
9.
this little planet running. Mining those Martian chemicals for the battery banks. Martian cement for the buildings. My pure little Emma has a future. When somebody sits down and writes this all up for the history books, it might just be men like me they'll be hailing as heroes. It's men like me who saved humanity. Men like me who took us further than we ever dreamt possible.
Yeah, Huxley was right. It's a good name for a level, as is the
Radio Nostalgia
Atlas Shadow.
Mars. Some pretty heavy stuff. Reminds us that all kinds made it up here to Mars, but we're all in it together now.
Alright,
And
so I have
remain
to do
creatures of the world.
How many did I say?
You're a tight beam to Radio Nostalgia from Mars.
12.
Music for the lost days of Earth.
Plus this one.
Like to look at the sky. I whisper a word or two, and it glows right back at you. The smell of coffee and of bread. The news is sad, the children laugh. You were in me, now out of and hard concrete. The papers twist, the children sing. Pull them back, the pale white sheets. The city wolves show their sharp steel teeth. Hello, creatures of the world. Hello, creatures of the world.
No! Banging.
Creatures of the world.
Did I get all of them? Kinda thought there'd be an achievement tied to them, but I guess not. Can't lock all of them.
Reach up to what was the sky. I'll whisper a poem or two, but they seem quite lost on.
So these all are tied to different, like, levels.
The smell of sweat and
I wonder.
from stone. The news is lost, the children gone. Enter the rat race, step out of home. Embrace our new cold, skyless dome. Hello, creatures of the world. Hello, creatures of the world. Hello, creatures of the world.
Interesting game. I like it.
Your home away from home. Radio nostalgia from Mars.
Creatures of the world. Now that Attracted takes us back. Stefan Milenkovic, pining for blue skies, fast musing on the games we play. Just a reminder that until further notice, there is a moratorium on all team leaders playing card and board games with their teams.
I think it's gonna be really good for the stream right now, so I'll see you guys later.
All senior section team leaders will convene for emergency counseling and anger management courses. Until then, there'll be no intersectional board game tournaments,